What's up YouTube, it's your boy Barboat from Football Vision here, and as you guys know, this is my first ever video on this channel, and I'm really excited about doing this channel and just wanting to talk to you guys about football overall and getting everything over with, and today's video is going to be about Argentina versus Brazil in Copa America, and then I'm going to do a little segment at the end about Neymar and these rumors about him going to Barcelona. So we're going to be talking about that as well. Anyways, let's just start off by saying that I have done YouTube before. I was on a channel, but it wasn't like football or soccer related at all, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time now, and I've got the chance, and hopefully you guys can join me along on this journey, so we'll see what it's about. Anyways, back to Argentina versus Brazil. As you guys know, today is Tuesday in America where I live, and tomorrow's going to be the game, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it, because it's a battle of kind of like an underdog versus the top dog here, and obviously two sworn enemies of sort, with Brazil and Argentina being a long-time rivalry that's going to be happening. And as well, I'm really looking forward to the fact that because Brazil is without Neymar, obviously, so they have the chance for these other world-class players to show up and kind of like cement your name and your legacy down in Copa, because you got players like Coutinho that haven't gone through a rough season, I would say, and they haven't had the chance to fully prove themselves at the club level, and now they have the chance to fully take over the Brazil team and just completely, make their name out there. Whether he wants to move or not, whether he wants to keep working at Barca, this is his chance to kind of prove himself. It's a big game for him. As well, you got Argentina on their other side. Argentina started off the tournament pretty bad. This is probably one of the worst teams in the past 10 years, I would say, or something like that. But they build up to it, as the games went on, as they kept playing, it looks like they're getting a plan down and they know actually what they're doing. They're going into the game with an actual game plan, and they don't look lost as they did, like, let's say, versus Colombia. And I'm really excited about this because I want to see how Messi does. Messi hasn't had the best of tournaments. He hasn't fully been he hasn't gotten his game down. He has done the little things that you wouldn't see kind of from at the club level, like let's say with the running, with how much effort he puts into the defensive side of the game. You don't see it in La Liga. You see it in Champions League, but you don't see it in La Liga. And that's really important for me, because I know if Messi's game isn't exactly 100%, if he isn't being himself on the pitch, he needs to add little extras to his game, to make up for the lack of touches, the lack of playmaking, the lack of goal scoring opportunities that he hasn't created, kind of like that. So he's been doing that. He's been pressing real hard. Actually, one of the last goal versus Venezuela came up from him and Di Maria, pressing real hard on the left back. So that ended up being real good to notice and everything about that. But overall, I think that Argentina are underdogs going into this game. I do believe that they have gotten their shit straight, kind of like that. They have gotten better. They have shown that they can improve as a team, but they're still not fully that team to fully believe in. And Brazil just have too much quality, I think, at the moment. And the biggest issue for me is the right back situation for Argentina, with Foyth, who's I believe he's gonna be starting. He's going to be going against Everton, who I only realized who Everton fully is this Copa America. I heard about him because I believe he played for Gremio with Arthur, but I only saw him this Copa America, and he's been very impressive. He's kind of he doesn't have the full skill set or anything like that, but he does his job well, and he looks like a guy that can abuse fullbacks all day long. And Foyth is a guy that's kind of not the best fullback. For Spurs, I believe he plays center back. I'm not sure. I know he has gotten games at right back before, but I think he's mainly a center back. And he kind of looks like it when he plays at fullback, at right back, because he looks slow in his first step, and he's always getting beat, and then he has to catch up to the fullback. And Everton's a different kind of winger. He's a guy that if he burns you, he's going to get past you, and you're not going to catch him. So it's going to be real interesting to see how they try to counter that and everything that goes on with it. Battle of midfield is going to be fun. Rodrigo de Paul is one of the players where I heard about his name before Copa, but I haven't fully watched him, and he's been real impressive for me in that midfield, especially because they started him as left winger and he was getting game time at left wing. But he was doing good, because I feel like his touch is very impressive. He looks like he can keep the ball in any moment, but he wasn't fully doing his job, so they moved him to midfield, and he looks real good in that 6 to 8 role, and he's been doing a great job. He's going to be going against Arthur, and I believe Casemiro. I'm not sure who's going to exactly be starting there, but it's going to be real interesting to see what they do. So Brazil's midfield usually involves a double pivot, and then they have Coutinho ahead of him, and that's kind of I would say that's not the best idea, because Coutinho's lack of defensive side of the game, if you know how to abuse that, if you know how to expose that, it could end up hurting you very bad. And I think Argentina, with Paredes, with DePaul, and Acuna, they have a very good chance of beating that midfield up, especially if Messi is on his game, if he's fully performing to the extent that we know he can perform. That's going to be tough on Casemiro and Arthur. And Arthur hasn't had the best of tournaments from what I've seen, and I'm a Barcelona fan if you guys just want to know, so I watch these guys, I know what they're about and everything, and Arthur hasn't had the best of tournaments, I would say. You know, his touch has been sloppy, and his decision making and his passing decision and everything like that, it's just been sloppy. So I'm looking forward to see how that game goes. You know, I'm still taking Brazil's side. I think Brazil is going to do it, but let's see where they go with that. But anyways, now the Neymar news. Neymar is one of my favorite players in the world. I've always loved watching his game, obviously one of the most talented players to ever play. And I think that these rumors have a real truth to them, you know? And I don't know, Marcelo Belcher, I believe that's how you say his name. He's a very reliable Brazilian kind of like news outlet guy that said that Neymar's father and a Barcelona representative are going to be meeting tomorrow, and they're going to be talking about the move or anything like that. Neymar's father did deny that like earlier today, but I have no idea if there's any truth within that or not. What I do know is that the fact that if Barcelona think that there's a high chance of them like going after Neymar and they can achieve him and get him, they will definitely do it. Especially now that they want to dump a couple players kind of like on other clubs as well because of the high wages, and whether because of the high wages or whether they haven't been performing. And those players could be Umtiti, Dembele, Coutinho, Rakitic. And I don't know if PSG fully want those players. I don't know how this will work out, but I know that like it's an idea. And what I do know for sure is that Barcelona is not going to pay more than like, let's say 100 mil to PSG just to fund Neymar back, because they don't think they fully need him to that point, but they do think that bringing him back helps them on a marketing side and on performance side most likely as well. So it's going to be real interesting to look at. There's also news with Dembele going to Bayern, so if Bayern want to fund that Neymar move, then there might be a chance that that's going to be happening. Personally, I do think that this move will happen, but I'm still in the rumors, so I'm not positive about how it's going to happen. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Just want to let you guys know that I'm going to keep on trying to like continue making these videos. If you guys have any idea for me, let me know. Just to like any video idea, what you guys want me to talk about. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. Thank you guys. See you later.